What's up, everybody? Here we are, day 13, working from home. We're just going to jump right into it. We're going to go to a new position today, do a couple attacks from there. We're going to start off actually in top side control. We're going to go to a position called knee on belly. It's exactly what it sounds like. So when I transition to this position, what I like to do, I start out here. I get a grip in the back of my opponent's collar, and I kind of pin that to the ground. I like to take this hand and grab my opponent's belt here like this and kind of use this to control their hip and control their shoulders. Now from here, I end up, I make a fist with both hands and I do basically a knuckle push-up. As I slide, I hop up, slide my knee across, and I plant my other foot out at a 90, so my leg is at 90 degrees here like this. Now I can posture up, push through this foot to put most of my weight through my shin so that my weight is still straight up and down. I still want to be centered here. I don't want to be leaning one way or the other. I just want to be in the center, dropping my weight straight down through my opponent. One last little thing. I want the top of my foot against my opponent's side as once I slide my knee across and get to the position. So I'm here, I grip the back of the collar, I punch it to the ground. I grab the belt, I punch it to the ground. I do a little push-up as I hop up to my feet. Here. I place my shin across my opponent's waist, top of my foot is against the side. My opposite foot is planted into the ground with my leg at a 90-degree angle. This way I can just come up and my weight is coming straight down into my opponent like I was saying. So, what's next? From here, it kind of depends on your opponent and their skill level. A lot of times what will happen at first as you're doing this and against newer opponents, you'll be here and they might come to push against your knee here. So I can attack this arm as they're pushing. What I want to do is I'm going to take the same side hand and I loop through the arm and I grab the sleeve above the elbow, between the elbow and the shoulder. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to step up. I step this foot around. I think about tucking these toes under their side here. Here. From here, I pinch my legs together as I sit back, and I can use this grip to pull my opponent towards me. This leg is over my opponent's head, so it's controlling the shoulders here. I want this foot tucked under, so that way if they try to come up into me, I'm here like this. So this is where it becomes important that I squeeze my knees together here. If I'm not squeezing my legs together and I'm down here, my opponent might be able to come over my leg this way. I need to have my knees pinched so that they won't be able to swing their legs over my leg. I have them trapped. I get the wrist control and I'm here. To me, the key with this is the grip on the sleeve. I can use that to drag my opponent into place. I'm here, they push. I loop through and get the grip. From here, I'm kind of planning, pushing my weight through my shin a little more as I step around, and I can rotate through. I pinch my knees together. This grip here is what's the key. As I'm rotating, if there becomes space between me and my opponent, if I end up going further out, I can use this to pull them towards me. Here. I pinch my knees together, I get the wrist control, and I finish. So like I said, a lot of times when people are newer, they're not necessarily sure what to do against knee on belly. That might be their defense. A lot of times though, when the person on the bottom kind of knows this, that's not necessarily going to be an option. They're not always going to push against your knee that way. So I can still do an attack. It's the same thing, come to the knee on belly position here. Once I get here, I want to try to find this sleeve or wrist. If your opponent doesn't have a gi, you can just grab the sleeve. So on the last one, if you're doing no gi, you can just grab the tricep area. The same move still works. But I want to get this grip here. I'm going to pull my opponent's hand towards the ceiling. As I do this, I slide this shin up into the armpit. So I can grab the belt here, I slide here, swing the leg over, and I sit. Finish. The key with this one, so if I'm here and they're grabbing this ankle, I can grab and pull. If they're fishing to loop here, I can grab and pull. I pull towards the ceiling. The key is this slide here, boom. I put my shin, what I always think of is I put the top of my foot against the back of their shoulder here. That way it'll be hard for them to just swim over to get their arm free. I want to be active here. This is what's going to help pin them down as I swing through and still make it so as I'm sitting back like this, I can still control. I keep this belt grip, so if they start to try to sit up, I can use it to kind of push them down. My knee is heavy over top of my opponent at first. Then I can pinch and go for the finish. If I keep my shin high enough in their armpit, I won't have to worry about their arm falling out as I go to sit. That's another key piece of info there. So as I'm here and I'm going, the deeper I get up here, like I said, the less I have to worry about as I sit through space happening. Even if I come way out here and I sit over top of the head, I still have good depth because I have my foot hooked through really good here. Boom. That's the key thing. I can't let, as I sit down, space to come between me and my opponent. I need to kill all the space so that way I still have good depth when it comes to the arm bar. I need to have their elbow above my hips in order to finish. That's going to be it for today. Go ahead, give it a shot, see what you think. If you have any questions or having trouble with any of these moves, just hit me up, ask me questions. If there's anything you want me to go over, just holler at me about that too. Go ahead, hit subscribe on the YouTube channel if you haven't already. But that's going to be it. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. See you tomorrow.